Hey everybody, welcome back to a new episode of Entropia content. Yeah, today it's actually only been a couple hours. I didn't really sleep much since yesterday because, yesterday was a very action-packed day. Man, I just found out that a fucking car exploded as we were driving to work the other day. Well, I found out that the car had exploded or caught on fire, but today in the news I found out that it was an explosive device. I was like, holy shit. Here my small town has gone from like a few thousand German people to now international incidents of fucking explosions in front of courthouses. It's fucking crazy. Anyways, let's get on to some more Entropia content. Last night I was sweating quite a bit, and I think I got myself up to 2 or 3k sweat again. So I'm getting close to another stack of 10k sweat to put for sale in the shop. And I got some more viewer questions. There was a guy that was asking, how the hell did I get so much money built up on my Entropia Partners account? Like, I did a video, a lot of people have seen it, where I withdraw 1,000 PED into Entropia from Entropia Partners. So people are like, hey man, I want 1,000 PED, how the hell did you do that? So, I don't know, maybe I should show it briefly how I did it, but before I do, let's do a quick spin from the Bitcoin casino. If anyone wants to join in and do a free spin every hour, make sure to sign up with my referral link. Every time someone does that and joins and starts doing the spins like me, it helps out the show. So help you, help me, it's a great system. Alright, so next thing I'll do is I'll bring up Entropia Partners and give a little quick brief overview on how I made the 1,000 PED. And to be honest, there's a million, well not a million, but quite a few different ways that you can make the PED on Entropia Partners. And some of the ways are way faster than others. Oh, another way, like people may have noticed that I won the Sligo video tutorial contest, so that's how I got some of the PED for that 1,000. Or it might have been for the previous 1,000. I've withdrawn 1,000 PED from Entropia Partners, I think 2 or 3 times. Yeah, so I'll be getting close to the 10,000 PED mark. Alright, so here's the Entropia Partners page. And when you sign up, there's this list on the side, on the left here. Each one of these will give you different ways that you can make PED. And then here on the daily offers, that's what I'm at now. You click Hideout TV, and you can start watching videos like YouTube, and they'll give you points that you can cash in as PED. And then Twitch TV, yeah, you can get paid PED to watch Tia's Twitch streams. Music, it's like radio, and it's actually got good music on this radio station. So that's 3 of the ways. This one down here that says Sligo, that's the one that used to be a Sligo game. I think it's closed still right now. I think Tia's doing some updates to it. I don't know, this Sligo game has a lot of potential, so I can hardly wait to see the new updates. Then they have market share, similar to the deeds, where the more you have, the more it pays interest. What else? There's daily raffles. I used to play the Sligo to get the free tickets, but I don't have any in right now because Sligo's down. There's a free video offer button. I don't think this one's region restricted, so if anyone wants non-region restricted ones, you can watch these. And you can see that my Sligo tutorial used to play on this channel. Like here you could watch it. And my 1,000 PED withdrawal video also plays on this. So hey, if you want to watch some of my videos and get paid in PED to watch them, that's one way you can do it. Alright, and yeah, the big one is if you click this CPA offers, this is the one that'll make your PED value just fucking skyrocket, like really fast. Like finishing quick is my specialty, so this is what I like to do. Alright, so it says click to open a offers wall, so that's what I did. Now, I think with these surveys and stuff, you're not supposed to release information about them. Like they're confidential surveys or whatever, so I can't really do a survey with you to show you how easy it is. But you can see at the top, some of them pay like 6 PED, 4 PED. I've even had ones that have paid 40 PED. So like you can see, if you do 2 surveys at 6 PED, like a day, you're going to be getting an extra 12 PED. So times that by a month, you're looking at over 300 PED. So yeah, like a month of doing surveys, bam, you'll be up to that 1,000 PED goal in no time. Oh yeah, and the other thing too, is they have the list of games. So you can play all these games, like say King Thrones, And it says if you play this game and you reach a certain level, they'll give you 32 ped. And I've tried these and they work. Some of them are paying over 100 ped, so I was like, holy fuck, man. These games are definitely one of the ways to do it. So you can see they got surveys, games, different apps. Game Hag is a pretty good one. So I don't know, I don't want to spend too much time, I want to get back into Entropia, but just to give that viewer a shout out and say, hey man, this is how some of the ways that I raise the ped up. If I was to do it today, like I'm trying to get my account back up to 1,000, I'd be doing more surveys. But the reason I haven't been doing many surveys lately is you can tell I've been pumping out a lot of videos. Then I have real life stuff to do too, so yeah, if anyone can help out with the referrals for Entropia partners in the meantime, that'd be awesome, because I haven't had enough time to be pumping up my account with PED. So if you guys help do that, then I can keep making the videos and keep my balance going up at the same time, which would be ideal. Alright, so I guess before I continue, I'm going to go run and try picking up some oil, some kegs, maybe do some AI. But before that, my priorities. Yeah, I'm gearing up for another cutback on cannabis. Gonna try to do a good solid week without any. Maybe build on that. It's like once I get a couple days of no cannabis, it's like, man, I just want to keep doing it. Because it's nice to get over the cannabis addiction. It's like breaking the addiction to sugar. First few days are kind of rough, but once you make it over that hump, it's like, holy shit. It's like clear sailing. Now, usually the only reason I ever go back to cannabis is I'll end up with a bad injury. Either my back will pop out, my fucking stomach will be fucked. So then I'm faced with either taking a whole bunch of prescription pills that have caused me ulcers in the past, which is deadly, so switch that with cannabis. It's the lesser of two evils. Today on the vape menu, I got some of my homegrown from 6 months ago and a drip of vapor oil. Man, I love the vapor oil. I don't know, vapor oil is such a unique taste. It's like I brewed up someone a hit of just pure vapor oil. They're like, dear God, this tastes so unique. It's like you've never tasted anything like it. I was thinking maybe if someone in Canada wants to try some of my vapor oil, I might be allowed to ship some. I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure with cannabis in the mail, the way Canada's laws works is you're allowed to ship up to an ounce to someone. And it has like a special packaging that has to go in. And I think you're supposed to label it as it so that they make sure that adult signs for it, that they don't just give the package to a kid. But yeah, so I was thinking maybe I could try sending some vapor oil if anyone wants to be a test subject. If anyone wants to see what my vapor oil looks like, I'll put a link at the end of this video. What I did is I took some of the vapor oil, put it on a pin, made like it really long and stringy, and then I zoomed in with a digital camera. Forget, like 500 times zoom or something. Man, so I was able to look like right into the oil and see what's in it. And there was little tiny specks of ash. Like, I mean like microscopic. And then the rest was just clear oil. So I guess technically before I was saying that there is no ash in the vapor oil. But microscopically, yeah, there is some small trace amounts. Now my vaporizer, how it collects the oil, it has different stages too. So the beginning stage will have more ash and a darker color. But then as you get further and further along the collection chamber, the main collection chamber, it's usually very pure by the time it reaches there. Alright, what other Entropia news did I have? I'm trying to think. There was some comments from people. I don't know how those EMON events or whatever are going. Oh yeah, I noticed in the chat, a lot of people are paying to get rides from Calypso to Arcadia for 5 ped. Where was it? Now, I was thinking that's cool because, fuck, where is it? Now, back in the day, excuse me, people would buy a quad and taxi people to other planets to try to make profit. That's actually my first mentor in the game, Cappy. He was a really good pilot for that. He was known all over the universe for giving people rides. I think the last time I talked to Cappy is when I won Crafting Mania, so shit man, that's quite a while ago. Here it is. Anyone doing Calypso to Arcadia for 5 ped? So I don't know, like, I remember the taxi job before, it was really sketch if you're going to profit or not, because you had to pay the landing fees to land on the planet, and then you had to pay the landing fee to fly back to the planet that you were going to after you delivered your passenger. So you're looking at like 4 ped just in fucking planet fees, and then all the thruster decay, and then all the oil that you were burning, and then all the time. So I think ever since Entropia removed the fees for landing on the planet, the taxi industry has like definitely had a boost. It's sort of like if Uber in California has all those restrictions so that they have to pay the drivers crap loads of money, and then all of a sudden the service becomes fucking obsolete because then taxis are cheaper and no one needs Uber. So yeah, that's the kind of thing, like too many regulations tends to make business fucked. So that's the one thing I did like about Trump and his politics, is said he was going to remove regulations. I guess he did in some cases. But the only things I didn't like is his drug regulations. I really think he should abolish the whole drug patent system, because that's how China's making all these drugs cheap, is they don't have drug patent laws. So any company can just start making it and selling it cheaper. Here, you have to buy the patent, and that's going to cost you a fortune, so therefore the drug is going to cost a fortune. So I don't know, when Trump's like saying that he's going to lower drug prices, all he had to do is get rid of that fucking patent system. So in a way, I noticed Trump often says he wants to do something, and a lot of people agree, well not a lot, but some people agree with what he wants to do. It's just often his method about how he does it. It's like his methods are sometimes okay, but almost they strike me as like a fake solution. It's like sometimes when someone has a problem, they'll come up with a solution to the problem, but really the solution is only a half-assed approach, and really they want to keep continuing doing the same problem, so they just made that half-assed excuse solution as like just an excuse to say, hey, at least I tried to solve the problem. It's like Trump and migration. It's like, oh, he's like, yeah, we need to stop migration because fuck, we're running out of places to live, California's overflowing with people. Hey, if everyone just moved to Alaska from California, hey, then we wouldn't have any problems. But for some reason, people aren't just mass exiting to Alaska. So Trump's like, oh yeah, there's a problem, but I'm going to use a wall to fix it. It's like, I was kind of thinking, like, dear God, isn't a wall like the most asinine way you could fix the problem? Like shit, you could probably just put messenger pigeons out there and say, hey, take messages out and tell these people not to come in. That'd be just as effective as a fucking wall. I know Canada, we had an election, one of our candidates used the idea of a wall for the states. And then it wasn't really practical because our border is fucking massive and it's like all deep woods. So it was like, in the one picture they showed like a wicker fence, like one of those little white fences or something. And that's the fence they're going to build to keep the wall. I was like, yeah, well, yeah, that doesn't look very practical, right? Little hedge fence is supposed to keep people out. But anyways, yeah, so if Trump wanted really to fix migration, all he would have to do is put a fucking tax and be like, hey, You know all these people that are here illegally? Now you have to pay $1,000 a day in tax for every day you're in our country illegally. And if you don't pay that tax, you get imprisoned. So you know what would happen? You'd have fucking millions of fucking people lined up at the border to go back to where they came from. You don't need no fucking wall to get them out. Now, the whole thing you notice now is we actually put incentives for migrants to come here illegally. So that's why they're coming here. It's not because they love the fucking culture, the land. They're just coming because they're getting paid to come here. It's like people follow the path of least resistance. If you have a job that's going to pay you, you go to it. Because you need money, right? So that's why I kind of joke. It's like Trump isn't really trying to fix the migration problem. He's just pretending to try to fix it. Like, he owns a fucking giant company, so obviously he wants as many illegal cheap workers as he can get. There's no way that he wants the fucking migration problem to stop. So isn't it kind of funny how Trump's like tricks so many of his supporters? He's like, oh yeah, I'm against migration. Look at this fantastic wall I'm building. Isn't it working great? Like, don't get me wrong. Holy, that was harsh. Like, in the ancient times, walls worked great. The first emperor of China, how he managed to unify China and make it into the great world power it is today. First steps, building a fucking giant wall, keep out all the outsiders. Boom, he got rid of all the multiculturalism. He's like, no more multi-languages. In China, everyone's gonna speak the fucking same language. And then what else did he do? Burned all the history. So, I don't know. That burning the history shit was kind of fucked. I don't really agree with that one. Yeah, and even the whole wall and the multiculturalism thing, it does seem a little excessive, but look, it's history has shown that that is the most successful way, if you want your country to be successful. If you want it to be, like, always on the verge of war and collapse, well, some could argue that that's actually just as successful, because when countries become so complacent like that, it's when they tend to get weak. But when you have, like, a lot of action going on, different things, that's when good shit happens. Or I'm not even paying attention. Sorry, I was just reading something. Now I got a comment from one of my viewers from our other show saying, hey man, you make my day with your daily videos. Keep up the good work. Hope you one day become a big YouTuber. Just like to say a big shout out thanks to that guy. I guess he probably won't be watching because he's not into Entropia, but I don't know, I think some people are watching both shows. It was weird. The other day I had someone comment and said they love my Entropia shows, that they're thinking of trying the game. I was like, you're watching the Entropia shows and you haven't even tried Entropia before? That's kind of weird. It's like, well, maybe not today's society. My nephew was like that too. He used to always watch video games when he was a kid. Like, he'd watch YouTubers play video games, but he himself was rarely playing them. And then as he got older, then he switched to actually playing them. Like maybe teenager phase. So I was kind of surprised that there is like a younger generation of gamers that actually just watch gamers. And they don't even play them. I was like, well, that's kind of weird, but hey, to each their own. Big shout out to the guy who's watching my Entropia videos and hasn't even played Entropia. And I was thinking before in my Entropia videos, I never thought to include a link to the game itself. But I'm pretty sure YouTube does that, don't they? When I select the Entropia game. So maybe that's what I'll do. From now on in the description, I'll add in the Entropia game link. So if anyone's watching and they haven't tried Entropia, I'll include the link for that below. Alright, I'm tired of talking and sweating, so let's go do some more action. Oh, that was a shame. If anyone wants to see a trick for sweating, sometimes people that are away from the keyboard will get stuck here by the wall because their avatar chased the mob that they were sweating until it got killed in the turret. So what I do is I bring the hater near, hit the person stuck there, and then sweat. So occasionally the mob will turn around and hit the guy that's just standing there. But one catch to that, people say, oh, that's kind of mean. The person could die. But when you think about it, they're actually gaining skills while they're away from the keyboard because I'm helping them get hit by fresh mobs. And really, if they die, they can just respawn, so it doesn't matter. Oh look, he came to anyway, so now he's sweating. Ah, fuck. Where did this guy come from? Goddamn piece of shit. Alright, well, this is a bit of a mess. So, I'm just gonna clean it by killing everyone. Kill them all, like God sorted out. Yeah, if anyone's interested in getting into the taxi job, obviously the naysayers are going to say, geez, you're going to spend hours of your time, you'll barely make like $1 US a day. But for the positive side to it, I would say that being the taxi service is very much similar in that same way to sweating. People mock sweating, saying you can't really make much doing it, but the whole thing, just like the taxi driver, is when you're doing social activities in the game. Like sweating is social, taxi driver is social. It gets you interacting with random strangers in the game, talking to them for long periods of time. And that's when you start making real life connections. Like sometimes you meet someone who's in the same city and they work for a big company that's hiring. And now all of a sudden you have a fucking reference to get you into that company. Now it's weird, like Entropia, I don't know. More people should do videos about it. Like, sure, going out hunting is cool. Going out mining, getting Hall of Fames is cool. But imagine a YouTuber for Entropia who showed what it was like to meet random strangers and talk to them. That'd be a kind of a cool video series too. I should try to do that more often. I don't know, it's weird. I find when I'm recording, it's like I feel obligated to do stuff that's different. And then really what I'm doing normally every day when I'm not recording is just sweating and talking to people. But I figured that might be a really boring show. I don't know. I should try it just to see how boring. Yeah, did you know the old video game show Electric Playground? They were famous for a while, like before YouTubers came out and live streaming. But, man, did they ever miss the curve when it came to video game shit? Like, they used to say on Electric Playground that they had fans asking them to record themselves playing video games, but they refused. And they said the reason is they didn't think that anyone would ever want to watch someone play video games. It's like, should I even repeat that? It's like their prediction of the future was that no one would ever watch people play video games. So it's like, man, did they ever miss the ball on that one, right? Look at, there's some axe people here already. Looks like I should have got here a few minutes ago. I won't hog all the oil, but I am going to compete for a little bit. Here I am fucking saying that I shouldn't steal oil from people, or people shouldn't steal it from me. But now here I am competing for it. Now maybe I'll try to get into more social stuff. I know I did talk to a few Entropian YouTubers about collaborating. We got some plans somewhat in the works. I don't know, I'll see which direction they went and go the other way. Alright, they went that way. Good morning, the oil collecting begins. Alright, so that was pretty fun and exciting. A little bit more action than your traditional sweating. But as you can see, my account is still going up and up and up. That's why I love Rocktropia. There's a lot of things I can do on this planet where I'll just see my ped card constantly going up and up and up. That's why I kind of get frustrated on other planets so easily. They're not as socialist and communist as Never Die's system. I'm pretty sure how Never Die swings all these amazing prizes is he's taking something from someone else to do it, right? I don't know if it's like from the other loot, from other things on Rocktropia. So that's one of the things too, if you want to get some stuff early on in the game, or like the free stuff on Rocktropia, try to come in the off hours. Like maybe 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I guess it's going to be different regional times depending where you live, but there's definitely times where you see less people around. And I'm sure as this planet gets more and more full, because I keep doing videos showing people how to get the free stuff. Oh yeah, that was crazy. Yesterday I was like sweating in a bunch of big groups. Lots of people were coming up saying, hey, thanks for making the videos. I was like, sometimes I get so discouraged that my videos only get a few likes, and then it's like, man, obviously a lot of people are watching and just not liking it. Or more than I thought. Obviously not lots. It's like here I'm saying lots of people, like 10, 20. PewDiePie's, I got lots of people, 10, 20 million. That's what I was thinking while that viewer was saying he hopes I get a huge YouTube channel. It's like, in a way, I'm kind of hoping that I don't, just because it does change people. Like, I don't know, I could obviously tell that I'd be way more nervous to do a show if I had millions of people watching. It's like even a few hundred people is kind of creepy. Now, did anyone ever hear the saying from Mike Tyson? He said he always had an awkward time meeting his fans because he was at a phase in his life where he hated himself. He considered himself like a maniac, and his behavior was too self-destructive and obviously destroying other people too. So every time he would meet his fans, he's like, he didn't like his fans because he'd be like, why the hell do you guys like me? He's like, something's wrong with you if you like me. I was like, I kind of can relate to that. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, sorry guys, not to make fun of viewers. I gotta stop doing that. It's like, remember that one chef from The Simpsons? He came out to his restaurant and he called all of his customers scum. And then they clapped and he's like, yeah, you know you're scum. Yeah, it looks like someone's already here picking up the kegs. I definitely say, since I've started making videos showing off all this free stuff, there definitely is increased traffic here. So maybe that's why I'm making these videos. I like games that are really hard, and getting all this free stuff was just too damn easy. So I had to make it harder. Now, I kind of felt bad for Never Die too. It's like a lot of times I made fun of his ideas, like that teleport token idea. Boy, did I rip that at the beginning. But when I thought about it more, I was like, man, Never Die's plans are usually pretty good. The only thing I think he's lacking is, I don't know if it's advertising or what, right? Like, I noticed he put stuff out on Facebook quite a bit. He's got like pages sharing all this stuff, but it wasn't really getting much interaction. Maybe if Never Die really wanted to get his work out there, he should live stream. Like, I know he's into like the movies or doing whatever, but I'm pretty sure more people would be interested just to see like the average day, everyday Never Die, rather than trying to watch him in a movie play someone else or something. I don't know who he played in that new, I think it was a Netflix show. Maybe it's not a movie. Now I'm going to try to do more videos about my daily activities, give people an idea of what a day in my life is like. I don't know, I've been really nervous to get into vlogging because I know it's going to be like opening another can of worms. I can already see like my channel approaching the 1,000 views mark. It's making me a little bit nervous. Or not views, subs. No, I think what am I at, like 600, and oh yeah, I reached the 666 mark, and it stayed that way for a few days. So I was like, yeah, 666. But now it's past, and it's like 670 or something. Sadly. Alright, running around picking up this is obviously useless because I'm not getting any. I wouldn't even be surprised if none of it's spawning. Sometimes the oil rig does their motorhead kegs do stop. So I'll go outside, look for some minerals. And I'll look for some mobs to kill me good. Or heck, let's not do that. Let's teleport. And then I'll save my health for the AI mission. Let's go try to collect some of those. See, that's my hope. If I release enough free stuff all at once, it's like I shouldn't get too overcrowded with people because there's a good variety still. So people will be having to go all over the place, different planets to collect it. Like, I wonder how much traffic I brought to, what was that planet, Toulon? After I showed the oil rig off there. Maybe there's a big line of players there now. Yeah, it'd be neat if one day I could get hired by some of the Entropian people. Well, maybe not hired, but get some donations from Never Die or the Mind Arc and help promote the game. Because I know, like, my money is probably only going to last so long. And then eventually I'll have to do more work for hours to pay bills. So I'm pretty fortunate at this point to have my life savings that I'm still living off of and working less. Alright, let's check out Camp Crunk first. If anyone's coming to Camp Crunk to do the AI mission, to get the wicked rewards, don't forget to stop by my shop. Let's see if it aims me at it when I teleport to it. Yep, so you can see my shop as soon as you arrive, right here on the left. And I put this Vote Never Die sign up back when the election was going. I was actually planning on voting for Never Die, and I had the CLDs to do it. But same thing, whenever the election happened, I don't know if it was bad advertising or what, but I didn't even hear about it until it was already over. I was like, fuck, I wanted to vote. Like, I had heard about the election, but I didn't actually hear the election date ever. So by the time I was like, yeah, let's vote Never Die, and then found out he had already won. So that was a little bit weird. I don't know if anyone else noticed that. Did anyone get a chance to vote Never Die? I'll make that the show question today. How do I do that again? I'm trying to remember. There we go. But I can never get my avatar to actually look at the screen anymore. I know someone told me there's a way. Fuck, I wish it just worked like it used to. Oh god. See, like when I try to take a picture, it's always looking the wrong way. Like how I always point the wrong direction. Alright, maybe I better take two. God, it's annoying. I've reached that age where I'm like, shit, now I have to be careful how often I smile because I'm constantly getting wrinkles. I miss just being able to smile all the time. That's the one thing, people shouldn't really get too upset over wrinkles. I know some people get them because they smile all the time, and it's like, well, at least you're happy and you're smiling all the time. Would you rather just be sad and not have wrinkles? I don't know, some people go for those facelifts or whatever. I guess I could try that someday, but I probably won't. I don't know, for me it's like aging. I guess maybe when it gets to a certain point it's really bad, but it kind of shows a sign of maturity, right? I don't know, That's like when some people leave a little bit of gray hair in instead of dyeing it. It's like, sure, you could just dye it all, but... Alright, so I'm getting up there in the kegs. 600, 300 in the oil. Hey, here's the Unikit Soul. Hey, man. I like his shop. I'm glad, actually, the way things worked out. That I didn't get to sell him my shop for a ridiculously high price. And that the game just made him another shop right next to mine and gave it to him and, well, sold it to him. So essentially the game undercut me. Which is rightfully so, because, like, how many times did I undercut Entropia and made a fortune? I kind of wish I was recording back in those days, but I pulled off some pretty wild stuff, so if I was recording, it could have threw off some of the sales. People are like, how much did you make? I used to keep records, all my biggest sales, and like, it's like, yes, this is my biggest sale record ever, and then I sort of got out of the money aspect of Entropia. But yeah, that's the other thing I was wondering. How did my support cases go? Did they ever message me back about mission log, library? I gotta keep my eyes peeled on the ground too. I'm gonna run right by minerals without seeing them. Okay, wasn't there something for support? I don't know, I feel like I gotta run back. It's like out of the corner of my eye, I feel like I seen minerals. I remember you used to just be able to left click on the screen and it would bring up a menu. God, I miss that. Does anyone know how to make it do that still? Or is that like completely gone? It's like, that was cool because then I could like do stuff on the fly instead of having to open up fucking menus. Like right now I'm gonna have to go to... I'll wait till I get to the turret. Now I wanted to show everyone that it is possible to make a profit. I'm pretty sure that I've made a profit overall. Who knows, maybe I lost track of my deposits, but I'm pretty sure I'm substantially in the positive. And if the tax man's watching, then... no, I'm just kidding. Now I'm pretty sure our winnings in Entropia, as long as you keep it under 10,000 in Canada, you don't get taxed because it's considered lottery winnings. But I could be wrong about that. Now it's kind of sickening the older you get, when you start learning about all the different taxes that you pay that you never even realized. I think like when you're younger and you're like, yeah, we should have more taxes to pay for more free stuff. You don't actually realize how many taxes you're already paying. It's like, fuck, income tax. When I was a kid, I didn't know that that applied to other shit. So it's like, not only if you have a job income, but any other income source. Like your investments, your fucking, someone just gives you money. You're supposed to be paying tax on all that shit. I know a lot of people try to keep gifts under 10,000 and then do it in cash or something so they don't have to pay tax, but I'm pretty sure that's still illegal. That's why when everyone's like Entropia, oh, we pay decay fees and taxes on everything, well, it's like you need that kind of shit in order to pay to keep stuff going. Free stuff doesn't come from nowhere. Alright, I'm gonna swing by this turret, kill a few of the zombies that are chasing me. Make sure no AI are chasing. I hate it when I kill an AI in the turret by accident. That pisses me off. I should try that experiment with the AI in the turret. I'll shoot the AI once, then bring it to the turret, or maybe shoot it 2 or 3 times, but don't kill it. And then bring it to the turret, let the turret finish it, and then see if it counted towards my AI mission. Because if that works, then you should be able to take a zombie, shoot it once, turret it, and then start triggering the AI to come. Because technically you are killing the zombie, right? Or maybe that doesn't work that way. Yeah, I was supposed to fucking do that shit while I was there. I forgot because I was talking. Oh well, let's do it here. Holy fuck. Oh, there it is, support center. Alright, it says here, I filed a support case saying that I contacted Loki at support, how to view my transaction history, but both options in the game and online only show far back as 12 months. So, Loki sent me to file a support case and said that I should ask for a full record of my transactions, the transaction history. So if anyone wants to get in on the transaction history, you know how to do it now. Well, we'll see if this works. What do you think MindArk will respond? Will they actually show me my entire transaction history? Or do you think maybe they'll be like, oh, we're only legally obligated to show you 12 months? Maybe that's what they'll respond? I was thinking that might freak a lot of players out, right? If they like got a list of how many times they've deposited into Entropia and they've seen the total. Like, dear God, what did I do? Now I started to do that like when I was living on my own in a studio apartment and living off pizza for years. They kept sending me the bills like on email, so I had an email record for each pizza that I bought. And then one day I was like, hey, I should add up all these bills and see what it's coming to. And then after a while I was like, holy fuck, I'm not adding this up anymore. It's making me very, very depressed. It's like I ate my life savings. No, so it shouldn't be too bad for me to look at my transaction history. I'm pretty sure that I'm in the positive. Well, maybe we'll place bets. Does anyone want to bet? Am I really in the positive, or have I been lying this whole time? Or not lying, but just remembering incorrectly. Now, my memory ain't the greatest, but I find usually when I'm trying to remember something important, depending how important it is, usually is a factor if I can remember it or not. I don't know, thank God. So, sometimes things that are really important I can remember. Sometimes. Now, having bad memory could actually be an advantage to this, because, like, say, what happens if you didn't want to know how much money you'd put into Entropia? If you forgot, then that'd be a good thing, right? You know what I didn't like about this zombie run? Didn't find any minerals. I was thinking maybe at the beginning I wasn't looking close. Was that so? Alright, I gotta remember not to take a hoot from that really harsh bowl. Whew. Alright, maybe next, with all my ped going up lately, I have been tempted to try recycle print here. Or not a recycle, explosive projectile. Nah, I should save and wait. Do my 1000 ped crafting run. Don't want to lower my balance anymore. Excuse me. Getting the supplement burps. And I've been taking the vitamin D supplements in the morning. Did help quite a bit at first, but I noticed that boost of taking them only seemed to last a short time. So I don't know if I should keep taking them. The only way to explain it, I can think maybe if you're low on vitamin D and you take the supplements for it, initially you're going to feel better because you were low in it. But if you just keep taking them regularly, you're not going to feel like drastically different because you're already still topped up in it. Just my guess. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll run over to the teleporter. And in case anyone's new to the show and they haven't seen, if you want to see where all the sign things are that says who owns each shop, they're hidden behind the crates. So there's Soul's, here's mine. See how Soul has two, holy yeah. The Commander, the Ripper Sprung. I messaged him once to see if I could put an ad up on his billboard because he says message if you want to place an ad. And he never got back to me. Or I just missed his reply. Yeah, Juicy Fruit Monster. She has that one sign way by the entrance. I'll show her sign off in next episode. Yeah, so that's where the signs are at. I can check to see how much fucking space. I got space for one more item to put. You can see that my estate area is enough to put a shopkeeper also. So that's originally what I was saving up, was to put a shopkeeper up next to my booth here, start selling vehicles and deeds again. Like apartment deeds and stuff. But what happened was I made the mistake of, what is it? Here it is. Investing in the ancient Greece. Because so far I pumped in like over $3,000 of investment, and it was like months ago, and I've only made 24 ped. So that's pretty sad. Like, really, if I would have bought a shopkeeper and put it here, I would have made way more in sales than that. So if anyone wants to help my mistake, what you could do is make the mistake yourself. Make the same mistake and buy a whole bunch of ancient Greece shares, and that would help me out. But you never know, like, who knows, maybe if we... Holy shit, eh? They've only sold 100,000 out of 750,000. Or still under 100,000. So they're 1/7 of the way, or 1/8 of the way. Something like that. Yeah, so maybe once those all sell out, the price could go up. I'm hoping the price doesn't go down. Imagine that's what happens. They all sell out, and then the price just fucking plummets. Then everyone who bought them will be like, man, you fucked me over. Alright, let's get a quick message from my sponsor. On that note, being fucked over. Today's show was brought to you by Crack. Crack, it'll fuck you up. Alright, welcome back everyone. Now my sponsor promised he was going to get a haircut, but seems a little lazy, not getting enough shit done. Alright, so let's see. What do we got? Oh yeah, I was going to head over to Club Never Die. Club Never Die. So what I'd like to do is come here and get the AI. If no one's here, this is the ideal location to do it. But it's usually so packed with people that, yeah, that was just a holographic AI. Wasn't actually there. Hate when that happens. Yeah, there's fucking shitloads of people here. I guess probably because it's the weekend. Hoping that's what it is. Now what I'm gonna have to do is find out another location other than Camp Crunk that has the AI, so I can start getting them more. Man, this recent run on completing the AI mission is taking forever. I really should have did it yesterday instead of sweating. See, what I will do sometimes is I'll camp out this corner if no one's here and watch, and sometimes the AI will spawn around here and then hope that I can shoot him before anyone else does. Even if some of these vixen mobs start hitting me, it usually takes a whole pack of them to actually start hurting me. So, don't have to worry too much while I'm camped here. Now this is a cheeseball way to do the AI mission, because technically you are taking AI away from people that are killing the vixens. My only hope is that someone's killing vixens just for the fun of it. I hope. Now I was thinking technically if they wanted to kill the AI in peace, they would just go to Camp Crunk and do it. So maybe they are just hunting vixens. There we go. Nice fresh hoot was way better tasting. Now, if you're ever fortunate enough to come here when there is no one hunting, just drag a whole bunch of the mobs into the water, kill them, and watch the AI come out. It happens pretty often. Occasionally the AI will completely stop, but it's pretty rare. Alright, maybe I'll try again on a different day when there's not a whole bunch of people here, or maybe at a different time. Won't have enough time this episode, but you know, one time I sent Never Die a message and asked him if I could buy one of the shops inside here. I can't remember where the shops are, if they are in here somewhere. But then he was saying that he never sells the shops, or he's never sold shops in here. So I don't know, is that true? I was thinking of exploring this place more, but usually I just use the terminals. Maybe there is no shops. Maybe that's what he meant. Because there's those shops out front of it. Yeah, these guys look like they're having a good run doing some crafting. Wonder what kind of shit they're making. You know, sometimes I come over here by the dragon that takes you to the Club Never Die. Or not Club Never Die, the other location. Something Never Die. And I found a whole bunch of bananas. Someone just put a whole bunch here so that you could pick them up and take the teleporter. Oh fuck, did I just fire shots? God damn it. I hate it when I forget that the gun's equipped and I hit E. Alright, so what more action could I do for today's episode? Maybe I'll show off Juicy Fruit Monster's shop. She was joking that her shop is in the middle of nowhere. but I did find it. I'll keep an eye out for some minerals while we get there. Alright, if anyone else wants to find Juicy Fruit Monster's shop, you start here at Camp Crunk and just follow the road. See, there's like, what's his name? The Springer, the guy who has that shop sign rental space that never rents it, even when people message to rent it. Commander, that's it. Commander Ripper, I think something like that. Yeah, so it looks like someone else has a shop here. Who owns this one? You know, one of these shop signs was for sale for 2,000 pet on auction once, and I didn't buy it. Because I was like, oh, what could you do with the sign? I was like, shit, man, I bet you I could sell that sign for large now. Alright, so this one's owned by Brian the Drifter 007. It's pretty cool. It's got quite a bit of low-end stuff and high-ender stuff. See how he can sell vehicles? That's neat, eh? But we're still not at the Juicy Fruit Monster shop. Still have to keep following this road. Oh fuck, I almost forgot. Yesterday when I got called into work, I didn't have time to water my plants, and when I got back, guess what happened? They were fucking all drooped over like they were dead. I was like, oh my god, just one day of not watering. But thankfully, when I fucking gave them some water, came back in like a half hour, they had rebounded back to life. Like they weren't drooping anymore, the leaves were pointed at the sun again. Did I run right past the sign? No, not yet. So I was thinking, dear God, like how many times do I kill my plants? I gotta be more careful. Kill them with aphids, kill them with lack of water. No, people are like, oh, just grow indoors. Yeah, indoors is when I had the aphid problem. So fucking ants are all over my neighborhood, so they get in your house sometimes, and what do you know when they find your plants inside? Alright, so this is Juicy Fruit Monster shop. Look how she put this cool awning thing. I'm just gonna get rid of those zombies, they're kinda annoying. Although I really should just leave them hitting me so I get skills while I'm talking. Alright, let's see what she's got for a sign. Looking for guns, tools, other items you need to buy here? Once again, I changed the product line. Sorry. But there is a new shop with a weird variety of items at Isle of Lost Avatars. Come and see the Junkyard Shop. The Spare Tire Marina. Blah 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 Queen Bee. I don't get that sign. What is it saying? That there's like another shop somewhere on this planet? Weird variety of items at the Lost Isle, or at the Isle of Lost Avatars. Is that what she's talking about? This? I don't know. Yeah, it's still Juicy Fruit Monster shop. Oh, she has a nice variety of new pets. Rover, Atrox. Atrox one is kind of tempting. Yeah, I like the prices on some of these things. Some of them I can afford. Like those Atrox pups, I think I can afford that. Yeah, these are the ancient pets that used to exist in Entropia before the new pets. Sorry, that was just me getting interrupted again. That was pretty close. I almost wrapped up the show with one episode without getting interrupted. That was pretty sweet. Right, so I was saying that to help Juicy Fruit out, I appreciate her being nice. It's like occasionally she wanted to put in offers to buy my Camp Crunk shop, and I was asking too much. We argued about it a little bit, but we eventually got over the arguments, so yeah, try not to get too worked up in Entropia. I know because real money's involved, it tends to make the stressful situations more stressful, but hey, it's like life is too short to hold grudges, right? Right, so one ped for the Atrox pup. That's what I love it. When I come to someone's shop and I want to show it off, I like it when they have at least one item that I could afford. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Atrox pup, since I have room for one more item at my shop. I'll bring it there, and I'll place it for sale for 2 ped. And we'll see how long it takes to sell. Anyone guess how long it'll take? I don't know, I think the last pet I put for sale was one of those little kitties, and I looted it by buying a strongbox or strongbox key and opening some strong boxes. And that's how I got my first pet. And I sold it for, I think, TT plus 1. And it took almost 2 years to sell, I think. And I tried placing it on different shops too. I put it on Monria for a while for TT plus 1. Then I left it on Camp Crunk for a long time at TT plus 1. And eventually someone bought the kitty. So big shout out if anyone knows who that was. I forget who it was. Obviously because it was quite a while ago. Or maybe it wasn't that long ago. A few months at least. Alright, so for tomorrow's episode, I'm going to try harder to finish the AI mission. I don't know. See, it's tempting. I've got to decide what to do next. I really think I should fly to Next Island and pick up all the materials I left there. And then bring them back, or... No, I'm not going to try selling them. Well, yeah, I'll try selling them on the Next Island auction. If they don't sell for a high price, I'll ship it back to here. And then from here, I'll put it on my shop for a bit. And if it doesn't sell at the shop, I'll put it on the auction. I don't know, that seems kind of risky, the auction on Rocktropia. See, that's the thing, sometimes I'm always tempted, like, should I bring it to Cali's auction or Rocktropia? Because in a lot of cases it sells for higher price on Calypso, but then occasionally it sells for higher on Rocktropia. So it is really hit or miss. Alright, let's see what this Atrox looks like. I was going to say, I kind of wish it was a lighter color instead of so dark, but it is lighter. Man, that looks so cool. Little Atrox. I was thinking I should do that. Do little mini Atroxes instead of a Fanus. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Because I was thinking before, I used to have like 2 of those, what was it? I can't even remember what they're called. Some like elephant, or not elephant, giraffe looking, or not giraffe, pony looking creature. My animals are a little off. I don't think I'd pass that test that Trump was so good at. Okay, so it kind of sucks. I got to run all the way back there and get some Atrox, but thank God Juicy the Fruit Monster is where it's at. She had 2 of them. And perfect price. So what I'll do is I'll buy 2, come back to my shop, put them both for sale for TT plus 2, and see how long it takes for them to sell. Now sometimes I like to do that, is I'll just buy shit for cheap from other people's stores, put it in my shop for more. Sometimes it sells within the same week. I think I did that last time I was buying items at Raven Jade's shop. She had some cool decoration, so I bought some, increased the price. I even think to double at my shop, and it's still sold. So that's why I think she was right when she said I was lucky for my location at Camp Crunk, that it does get pretty good foot traffic. Like, even without advertising with ads and stuff, there's quite a few people that drop by my shop and check it out. I've been fortunate to have Dream of God as one of my regular customers. I don't know, does Dream of God have shops? I should really check into that. Yeah, sorry I'm going to run a little bit over the time, people. It's 2 episodes in a row. I've been pushing an hour 10. You know what I was thinking? Sometimes I want to do taxi work, but I'm not very good at the communication part, like hooking up with people that need rides. So, if anyone happens to be on Rocktropia and needs a ride to Next Island, just give me a shout. And I'll see if I can... Yeah, I won't see. I got room that I can just bring you. If you want to help out with a pet or something towards the oil, that'd be sick. Well, that bear is kind of tempting. I know most hot chicks like bears, so I keep them around. I don't know, for me and bears, I never really liked them too much, just because I had a few close, well, I think one or two, well yeah, a few close calls, almost getting eaten by bears. So I'm a little bit less liking them. I guess maybe I should like them because they didn't eat me. Now, if anyone's a new viewer, I do some exploring stuff up north, and, well, you don't even have to go very far north in Canada, and we got bears. And they like to eat people. I shouldn't say they like to, because it's very rare that we'll actually have attacks in my province. But I just so happen to narrowly miss one. Now my life was saved by a Pepsi truck driver, of all things. He was a cool guy. He wanted to party after, too. I really should have partied with him. I was like, shit, he fucking saved my life. No, what happened is my bright idea is I decided to take a plane all the way up north. If you want to check my video archive, maybe I'll post a link to that one instead. Enough with the vaporizer stuff all the time. Yeah, so I took a plane ride up north, and when it landed, I happened to land in this area that just so happens to be having fucking a bear attack occurring as I was landing. And so the bear, like, tried to eat a guy and ate his dog, sadly. Because, well, I don't know, I think what happened is the fucking bear attacked, so he ran into his shed, or his cottage or whatever, and the dog stayed outside to attack the bear to try to get rid of it. But the fucking bear outmatched the dog and ate it. Sadly. Alright, do I need room? No. So anyways, after it ate the dog, it broke into the guy's cabin and tried to eat him. Well, actually was eating him. But then, oddly enough, 2 women just happened to be hiking in the middle of nowhere in the woods and happened to see him because, like, he had run out of his cabin and tried to escape the bear. The bear outran him, obviously. Shouldn't laugh, it's horrible, but... Yeah, so after the bear was eating the guy even posted that it was awful because what happened is he could feel the bear chewing on his skull, and he was like, it was the worst sensation ever. And then he's like, man, he wished the bear would eat a different part of him first, so he's like trying to give him his arm to eat that first. It's like, leave my skull alone. No, but then after, the two girls or women happened to be hiking unarmed alone in the woods too, and they just yelled at the bear and it ran away. Now I'd probably be scared of angry women too, right? Like, get the hell out of there. No, so the guy was lucky. They rushed him to the hospital and they were able to stitch him up. And they said part of the reason for the attack, likely, was that the guy was cooking breakfast outside. And they say that's a big no-no up north because it attracts animals big time. And he was cooking a really good curry meal, I think. I was like, Jesus. It's like, can you imagine a bear smelling curry for the first time? It's like, could it really resist eating it? Now, I don't think curry is a very popular spice up north, but we do have more people that are traveling up north that consume it. Like, I like curry too. It's really good. I don't think I'd eat a person to get it, but I don't like it as much as that bear did. Now and then that bear was on the loose, and I just happened to land like right next to the forest where it was loose in, and they were on the lookout for the bear, and happened to see me like fucking walking, because I decided, I'll go for a walk from the airport to town, carrying all my luggage. It's like, that was the stupidest idea ever. Almost got me eaten by a bear. But no, then the Pepsi truck driver see me. He's like, get in. And I'm like, what? And he's like, get in. And I'm like, okay. It's like, this is awkward. Some random truck driver ordering me to get in. Then he started telling me the story about the bear and how it was eating people and they're on the lookout for it. And I didn't believe him. I was like, man, this Pepsi truck driver's kind of creeping me out. He's like making up stories about almost getting eaten. And then, no, I found out it was true. Later I was listening to the radio, it turned out, yeah, they actually were looking for the bear right where I was. No, sadly too, they found the bear and put it down. I don't know, like, that's a weird situation, right? Like, sure, you gotta hate the bear for almost eating the guy, but really the guy was in the wrong too, because he shouldn't have been cooking outside. The animals just can't resist it. Alright, so that's what my shop looks like. Now I got those two Atrox, if anyone wants to come get a picture. I try to make it symmetrical and have two of everything. I guess I didn't space it very well, but it's not so bad. See, I used to like to take cool pictures sitting on the throne. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, that makes a better Vote Never Die poster. Oh, not with me in the way. Yeah, Vote Never Die. Gotta try to take a more realistic picture. Alright, so yeah, maybe I'll show you guys the guy that survived the fucking bear attack some other time. We're running pretty low on time here. So let's get this show wrapped up. Holy shit, hour and 14. Alright, thanks again for watching, everyone. I'll try to finish quick as my specialty because the show is almost over. And if you want to buy the shirt, I got the link below. If you want to open your own shirt store, I got that link too. And if you want to check out the coolest shirts in all of Entropia themed shirts, I got the link for Raven Jade's ones below too. And I got some other stuff like the Entropia zine, Entropia partners. That makes you lots of pet in various ways that I covered on the show today. And the Bitcoin lottery spins, if you could help with that. Or if you're already loaded and want to help out, I've got the Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, Patreon. I've got Patreon links also. Alright, thanks again for watching, everyone. If you happen to get any Atrox in your vaporizer, or no, Atrox diarrhea, explosive kind, projectile explosive diarrhea, another good pet analogy. Alright, so yeah, if that happens to get in your vaporizer and Atrox shit tastes like shit, then give the video a dislike. But if it doesn't happen, if you can help with a like, I really appreciate it, and promise me you'll never purchase the products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. Bye for now, everyone. See you tomorrow, God willing. Here's the sub button in the video.